Hey, what's up guys? You're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're taking a closer look at the entire Union LA Jordan footwear collaboration for 2020. Before we do that, just do us a quick favor, please hit the subscribe button and we'll get right into the video. So Union LA, founded by Chris Gibbs, they've been around the game for quite a long time. They've really kind of jumped back into the limelight because of their Air Jordan 1 collaborations, and it's arguably one of the best collaborations ever, certainly one of the best Air Jordan 1s, period. So there's a lot of weight that was carried with their name, especially when we heard that they're doing an Air Jordan 4 in 2020. So they've showed this skill that they're not just sticking to colorway applications, they're really going to try to change up the shoe, kind of redefine the shoe almost, and they definitely did that with the one, with the whole look of finding shoes in a vintage store and then kind of chopping two and combining them into one. That look was really, really big. A lot of customizers went into it. I mean, there's even that Air Jordan 1 with the zipper that's coming out, the one where you can remove the collar. So who knows if that was inspired by the Union LA collab. But the Jordan 4, it's kind of a different concept, but it achieves that same mood because of the color selection. But they really changed things up. So we're going to go over what exactly they changed in the Jordan 4s. We're going to touch a little bit on the Zoom 92 and the Deltas. We just want to go over the quick release details before we begin. The first Union LA Jordan drop happened exclusively at Union on August 29th, and on September 30th, the Off Noir colorway of the 4s will drop in Europe, and then on the 16th of October is when the entire package is going to drop globally. So again, depending on where you live, there are some different release dates, so check the description below. We're going to add the links in there for you to figure out when and where you can buy them. But for now, let's just look at the shoes. So starting with the Air Jordan 4, there's an Off Noir colorway, and there's a Guava Ice. The Guava Ice was exclusive to Union, so you cannot buy those anywhere else. The Off Noir will release later on the 30th in Europe and on the 16th in the US. But just looking at what changes that they made, first and foremost, the tongue. They folded it down to show the Air Jordan stripe in its proper readable format. And again, that very, very clever nod to one of the most unique details of the Air Jordan 4, the fact that it's printed upside down behind the tongue. And again, that was because when you fold the tongue down, it just looked in a rightful position. So they decided to fold it down, they stitched it up, and they even give you the option of wearing the shoe in its regular format with the tongue high, so you can take off the stitches. So that was such a unique way to kind of give the shoe a different spin. And moving on to the eyelets, the wings. Typically the Air Jordan 4 wings has a whole window, but they decided to fill it so it's one solid piece. You can tell on that translucent piece. And even the 4-foot eyelets, they definitely changed up the construction a little bit on the lace collar. So when you look at it quickly, it might look the same, but if you compare it to another Air Jordan 4, you can clearly see the differences. The toe box is basically the same, but that upper overlay, they've definitely changed it a bit to add that mesh toe. Now, we've never seen a mesh toe box ever done on an Air Jordan 4. So again, huge applause to them for giving these such a unique spin. Of course, they also add that mesh on the ankle, something that also has never been done. Those are the three key changes, and there's a lot to do with an Air Jordan 4. They essentially transform the shoe without losing the shoe's DNA, because you still see the Nike on the heel. Huge props to them. And this was one of the shoes that when the first looks did not do it justice. We remember everyone saying this shoe is trash, yada yada yada, and once the shoe dropped, everyone was kind of gunning for them. So I mean, that's just kind of how it goes with a lot of collaborations in the first place, but these, if you think about it, are going to age really well. It's going to be one of those shoes that people regret passing up on. And resale prices right now, they're not too bad. They're probably in the 700 to 1,000 range depending on the color, but again, this is a shoe that you do not want to sleep on. And if you cannot cop at retail and you really want these, get them before the prices inevitably go up, because Jordan 1s at some point, they were $500. Now you can find a pair of Union LA ones for less than $1,500. So just using that, make the proper decision, and if you just can't spend that money on a shoe, just don't spend it. Also included in this collection is the Jordan Delta Mid, first for this model, and of course the Zoom 92. The Zoom 92 looks pretty good with that Guava Ice. The model itself has been kind of like the center of some discussion. Some people hate the shoe because it just doesn't really make sense, and we see those points, but it's a pretty cleanly designed shoe. It's an homage to Zoom Air, because Zoom is a huge focus for Nike and Jordan brand as a whole, but the shoe itself just doesn't seem to make much sense. There's definitely some Jordan 7 Olympic sort of ties to it. Zoom is very clearly like a mid-90s kind of thing. They're trying to recapture some of that early 90s Nike basketball look, so it's kind of hitting on all different targets, and it might be a little bit too much. Looks pretty good with the Guava Ice and that yellow midsole, and even the Delta. We think the Delta is one of the best non-retro, non-basketball Jordan shoes in quite a long time. Even the Jordan Cadence, you saw it with the Fragment collaboration. They're doing a really good job with lifestyle shoes. It's just consumers typically don't look toward Jordan Brand for that type of footwear. So if you're looking to rock Jordans that aren't your normal Jordans, give the Deltas, give the Cadence a shot. It looks really, really great here in the off noir and the mid top. It looks pretty clean, to be honest. And honestly, it's all kind of wrapped together with that yellow midsole. It looks really, really good. Union LA is kind of owning that yellow look. They've started this whole trend of where people are paying people to make their shoes look yellowed and beat. The best way to do that is just to wear your shoes and let it naturally age. So if that's your thing, paying someone to make your shoes yellow, go for it, but just wear the shoes and give it time. So anyway, that's just a quick look at the entire Union LA Jordan collection. Already dropped in Union, all 4 of them, and the only way to get the other pairs is to luck out on the September 30th Europe drop and the October 16th US drop. So check the links below. We're gonna have store links. You're gonna have to enter raffles. We know you guys hate it, but that's really the only way. And like we mentioned before, if you're trying to cop at resale, every day you wait, it's gonna go up $10, right? So sooner than later, guys. So again, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments if you like the Jordan 4s more than the ones, and we'll catch you in the next video.